South Korea woke up to a political earthquake. President Yoon Suk Yeol declared martial law. This unprecedented move sent shockwaves through the nation. In a late-night address, the president appeared grim. He spoke of anti-state forces undermining South Korea. He accused the opposition of siding with North Korea. Yoon claimed these forces were blocking crucial government functions. This included budget approvals and investigations into corruption. The president argued that these actions threatened South Korea's stability and freedom. He insisted that martial law was the only way to protect the nation. His words did little to calm the storm brewing in the hearts of many South Koreans. This was a move straight out of a darker chapter of their history. It was a chapter they thought they had closed for good. The martial law declaration was sweeping. All political activities were banned. The parliament was effectively silenced. Arrests could be made without warrants. Freedom of speech was curtailed. Any action deemed to be denying free democracy or spreading fake news was criminalized. Strikes and rallies were forbidden. The president framed these measures as necessary but drastic. The opposition, however, saw it as a blatant power grab. They denounced it as a dictatorial move designed to crush dissent. The nation braced itself for a showdown. The future of South Korean democracy hung in the balance. The South Korean parliament refused to be silenced. They convened an emergency session in defiance of the martial law declaration. It was a bold move. It demonstrated their unwavering commitment to democracy. The atmosphere was tense. Armed soldiers and police surrounded the National Assembly building, but the lawmakers were undeterred. They knew they had to act swiftly. The parliament voted to lift the martial law declaration. The vote was unanimous. It was a stunning rebuke of President Yoon's actions. National Assembly Speaker Shik declared the martial law decree invalid. He emphasized the parliament's duty to safeguard democracy. The parliament's defiance sent a clear message. They would not be bullied into submission. Opposition leader Lee Jae-myung rallied his fellow lawmakers. He vowed to remain in the assembly building until President Yoon formally withdrew the martial law order. This act of defiance resonated deeply with the South Korean people. It was a powerful symbol of resistance against authoritarianism. The parliament's actions gave hope to many. It showed that democracy, though tested, was not broken. The fight, however, was far from over. News of the martial law declaration spread like wildfire. Fear and anger gripped the nation. Memories of South Korea's authoritarian past resurfaced. People rushed to be with their families, worried about their safety. Social media exploded with reactions. The hashtag #FightForDemocracy trended nationwide. Protests erupted across the country. Thousands took to the streets. They marched towards the presidential Blue House and the National Assembly building. They carried banners and signs. Their message was clear: no to dictatorship and protect our democracy. The protests were mostly peaceful, but the tension in the air was palpable. The demonstrators chanted slogans denouncing President Yoon. They demanded his impeachment. They accused him of betraying the people's trust. The protests were a powerful display of public anger and frustration. It showed that South Koreans were not afraid to stand up for their democratic rights. The world watched with bated breath. Would South Korea slip back into authoritarianism, or would democracy prevail? The declaration of martial law sent chills down the spines of many South Koreans. It evoked dark memories. For decades, South Korea suffered under authoritarian rule. Martial law was a tool used to silence dissent and suppress opposition. The most recent instance was in 1979. The assassination of President Park Chung-hee plunged the nation into turmoil. General Chun Do-hwan seized power, declaring martial law. What followed was a brutal crackdown on pro-democracy movements. The Gwangju uprising, in particular, remains a deep scar on the nation's psyche. Hundreds, if not thousands, of civilians were killed by the military. The memory of those dark days fueled the public outrage against President Yoon's actions. Many saw his declaration of martial law as an attempt to drag the country back to its authoritarian past. They vowed to resist any attempt to erode the hard-won democratic freedoms. The events of 2024 served as a stark reminder of the fragility of democracy. It highlighted the constant need to safeguard it from those who would seek to undermine it.